All right, so we are live here with Jessica Smith from Geneva Financial. She is kind enough to take time out of her day to, talk to us a little bit more about her experience working with Good Vibe Squad. I'll just let you go ahead and, introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Hey, McBilly. Yeah, so I'm Jessica Smith. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm a branch manager for Geneva Financial. I've been in the mortgage industry since about 1999. Throughout my originations history, I actually underwrote loans for about 15 years as well. So I have a really strong underwriting background. I really understand guidelines and really know how to put a loan package together. So
Right.
I like originations better. It's like a lot more fun to work with customers one-on-one instead of with loan officers on the back end. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So let's kind of dive deeper into this. Wanted to ask you, Jess, what made you decide to want to work with us initially?
Well, I mean, basically, so I've been an originator for a long time, and really I was kind of looking for a way to generate business up here without, really like having to go out and hit the streets and like knock on doors and talk to realtors every single day and do all that kind of stuff. So it fit for me.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, because most of the time, I mean, when loan officers go to us, right, and try to ask for help, with their marketing, can you talk a little bit more about like what did you used to do before? Because there's a lot of strategies, before working together, right? So what did you used to do before?
To be honest, I knew a lot of people. That is honestly what I did. I talked to so many people every day. Everybody knew I was in the mortgage industry. I would look on Facebook, and if somebody posted on Facebook that they knew a friend or had a friend or somebody just bought a house or had a question, I would like comment on there and be like, oh man, you should have used me. I could have helped you out. I could have saved you some money, which was a big fat waste of time, but I really thought it was going to help. And I would have people say like, oh yeah, you do mortgages. And then, somebody would message me. So it was always by word of mouth. I also knew a ton of realtors in my area. I was in a really small town. I mean, I went to high school there. I knew everybody that started real estate, left real estate, came back to real estate, left real estate for good, whatever. So, I talked to a lot of realtors. I went to the luncheons. I joined the Chamber of Commerce. I joined a breakfast networking event that I paid like $400 a year for. And they would, there was only one mortgage person allowed, one real estate person allowed, whatever. And so, I mean, I did so many things to just get out there and talk to as many people as possible. And I mean, it worked because that's how I made my living. But it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of stress.
It's a lot of manual stuff, I would say, right? Because I remember this, when we started, talking. When we started talking, and a lot of times when people go to us, it's more about like the time factor, right? How do we be more efficient with your time and, just be more scalable, right? So far now, we've been working together for like a couple months now. What has been your experience and what type of results have you actually seen now?
Basically, when we started working together, I got started and then I went on vacation for 2 months. So when I first got started, I wasn't sure what to expect. I had never really used an automated follow-up system or anything like that. My systems have follow-up in there, but I've never generated leads online and had a system like calling people for me and texting people for me. So it was really different to see the responses coming in. So basically, my experience has been awesome. Like, as soon as the leads started coming in, I mean, on my first day, I think I took an application the first day. And basically what I learned is that as soon as something comes in and they want to interact with you, call them, like pick up the phone and call them. So, in about, I'd say 5 total working weeks, I've taken about 30 applications. Out of those 30 applications, I have funded 7 loans. And again, this is like in 5 working weeks because I basically took off for 2 months and went on vacation. And, the loan cycle generally, especially because these are like cold, dead leads, cold leads. I've never talked to these people before. So from start to finish, it's been about 60 days of, from talking to them for the very first time to getting a loan closed. It's been about 60 days. For the 5 weeks of work, 7 funded loans, not including the other loans that are still in process or people that are still looking for homes. And now that, we've started generating more leads because I'm back from my vacation, then I've still got even more people that I'm, following up with and getting through the process. And just from today is like July 22nd, I think. And I've already in the first 2 weeks of July taken 4 applications just from talking to 6 people, I think. I'm doing this not even full time yet. I'm still trying to ramp myself back up. Yeah.
That's so awesome. So talking about that, because you are in a very unique position because you're just traveling too. You guys went on a 2-month vacation, right? And that's awesome.
Yep.
So 7 fully funded loans with several more just from 5 weeks of actual work, right? Can you talk a little bit more about number wise, ROI, how much have you actually kind of gained from working with us?
So just for those 7 loans, so they're pretty small loan amounts, but just for 7 loans, it was a little over 1.1 million. And again, that's from 5 actual working weeks, not including, because these borrowers, they got approved. We got them connected with a realtor partner. Realtor partner took them out looking at houses, and some of them took a little while to find a house. So but a little over 1.1 million for about 5 weeks of work.
Yeah. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, it's more because in the beginning, obviously the first 30 days, you're going to get apps, you're going to get pre-approvals, but obviously it's going to be rare. We do have clients that close during the first 30 days, but it's rare, right? Because usually it's 60 days, for the application up until the actual closing. But then the fact is it revolves, right? It carries over. And then, now that, after several months, people, it just carries over and, you just get more loans, right?
Yeah, that too is even people that I talked to previously, they're still out looking for homes. It's a really competitive market right now. Just, in the area, I'm in the Dallas area. It's a really competitive market. So sometimes there's situations where there's multiple offers on a house and maybe my clients offered it and get accepted, So yeah, I still have clients right now from that little 5-week period that are actively still looking for homes. So that's even more money that's, kind of going down the line that's still waiting for me to go get it, go collect it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. So talking about that, Jess, obviously the system is working. You're back from vacation. That's awesome. You're taking in more applications now. What do you like most about working with us and the platform?
Well, I think what I like most is that I really do have a lot of control over the applications that are coming in because I can decide if I want to increase my ad spend or reduce my ad spend. I don't even feel like I'm spending that much money on ads. I'm on the lower budget because when I first started, I had a small team. And they left and went to a different company for whatever reason, and I stayed. While working with the team, I felt overwhelmed because none of them were picking up the phone. So even at the lower end, I have almost too many people to talk to. But I like that I have a lot of control over that because I feel like if I say, hey, I'm talking to too many people, I need you to cut it down, you guys will cut it down for me. And if I say, I want to talk to more people, I decide I want to scale it up, and then I get to scale it up and talk to more people. I really like that. Also, it's kind of, it's not predictable, but I feel like it's predictable because you talk to people, you take the loan application, you close the loan. It's a process, and it's how it is. It's just the life cycle of being a loan officer. When you take applications and you follow up with your clients, you're going to close loans. So, I feel like I can really predict my income, and I know if I talk to 10 people a week, I'm probably going to take 9 applications. If I take 9 applications, I'm probably going to close 4 loans out of those 9 applications. So that's kind of what my numbers have been doing right now.
And you bring up a really good point there is because at the end of the day, and this, this applies for loan officers, but really in any business, right? The time that you can literally, it's like a faucet, right? You turn that on.
Yeah.
You bring them in. You just know by numbers, it's a numbers game, that you take, you speak to 10 people. You take the app, right? You take, 9 apps, and then from 9 apps, then you fund 4 loans, right? So it's just a numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like you said, it's having a system that can predictably bring you and generate you business, right? So obviously, Jess, you've worked with a lot of companies before. What would you say is your experience that separates, your experience working with us versus like other companies?
I paid someone money before to generate me some Facebook leads, right? I was going to get Facebook leads. They're going to be super targeted. And the system, it was like I had to do everything. So they generated the leads. I had to have the follow-up system ready to go. I had to have my dialer like ready to go. Like I had to make sure that they did the leads and I did everything else. And I paid the same amount of money. Like they were charging me the same amount of money, but it included the leads or something. So with this, the system is included, the follow-up is included, the messages are written for me, the text messages are written for me. It's like I give you the money and you do what you do and let me go do what I do. And I don't have to program anything or like know how to do all that stuff. You're like, hey, record this voicemail and email it to me. And I'm like, freaking done. That's all I want to do. I want to record this voicemail and send it to you so I can go on and do the next thing,
Uh-huh.
I don't want to have to set up my whole system. It was painful.
Right.
To set up that other system. It was just painful. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that, it's so basically it's like a set, it's like you don't need to think about anything else, right? Like we take care of everything for you. A lot of times, this is what we've noticed is because at the end of the day, I mean, you're a loan officer, your expertise is originating loans, right? I mean, you don't even, like, there's no point in you, like learning all these things. I mean, we'll kind of teach you a little, on like how it works, right? But at the end of the day, you don't want to waste your time, like optimizing ads and stuff like this, right?
No, I am not an ad agency. I mean, for years and hundreds of years, people have paid marketing firms to generate leads for them because, I consider myself a business owner. Business owners are not marketing geniuses. They hire other marketing people to do that for them. It's like so much pressure taken off to do any of that stuff. Is like that. I think that's probably my most favorite part is that I don't have to do all that stuff. I don't have to figure out which system to put it in and which thing and how to do it. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I think that's my favorite part.
Awesome. Yeah. And you just focus on originating loans, right? Awesome.
Yes.
So, all right, Jess. So just to kind of recap this. So for other people that might be watching this video, they might be looking for a marketing system as well. Maybe they're thinking of working with us. They don't know who we are. What would you tell them?
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Okay. So I met McBilly and Preston in person. That's how we got connected. Found out what they did. And I was like, what? Like, people do this and give you a whole system. So getting to know you guys personally was actually really good for me because in the mortgage industry, it's belly to belly. You're talking to people on a daily basis and you're in their face. They know your name, they know who you are. So that was kind of important to me. The first firm that I hired, I didn't know them. I didn't really get to know them. So for me, knowing that you guys are real people and that this is what you do for a living, you're not like at night playing on Facebook and trying to generate leads and then go into your day job at Saks Fifth Avenue or something. Knowing that you guys are dedicated, you always answer my calls, you always answer my texts, you respond to me on emails like so fast. Like half the time I'm like, I feel like you should be, I don't know, at a water park or something. Like, I don't know why you're responding to my email right now, but you guys are responsive and you're doing what you said you would do. I honestly feel like I got more than I thought I was even going to get. I've been blown away. I really think, I feel like I got way more out of what I'm doing here than what I put into it. And I think you're doing way more work than I am. You didn't get in the least to close, but I like it. I'll let you keep doing all the work. I'll just keep reaping these benefits over here. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome, Jess. And obviously, that is our goal, right? Under promise, over deliver. Super stoked. And let's just get you closing more loans, right? Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.